Hello, people of the internet. My name is Nick from Wrestling Magic. I'm appearing on Kevin's channel today to give you a deck profile on Mono Red Aggro. Now, it's been 5 months since I've posted a video, and it's been a year and a half since Kevin's posted a video, and there are multiple reasons for that. I will make an entire separate video telling you guys everything that you need to know. But for now, I want to get this deck profile to you. This deck is really fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it the last few days, so I thought I'd get it out there. So for the mana base, we have 15 mountains, 2 spawning bed, and 2 looming spires. The mountains are mountains, obviously. This is when it enters the battlefield, it ETB's tapped, and then when it enters, you give a creature +1/+1 at first strike, so it turns your 1/1 into a 2/2, a 2/2 into a 2/3. And this just makes Scions in the late game for extra creatures on board. This should be Foundry of the Consoles. I don't have them, that's why I'm playing this. But Foundry of the Consoles is a much better card, although it is rotating, so this might end up being the better replacement. 19 lands in total, that's all you need. Your highest CMC in the deck is 4, so you don't really need anything else. I'm only playing 4 1-drops, and some of you are thinking, what the fuck, you call this Mono Red Aggro, but there's 4 1-drops. There's a reason for this. A lot of the other 1-drops I just don't own are shit. Like, the main one is going to be Zergo, and he's rotating, so, like, the main 1-drop for this deck is either going to be Village Messenger or Falconwrath Gorger. I think Messenger is the better card, simply because it can turn into a 2/2 menace. And then Lightning Berserker, this card is just amazing right now in this format. No one can deal with the fact that it can just make a 5-power and it can block an Advocate and kill it. For 2 drops, I'm playing 4 Kesser's Force Master. It essentially has 3 power, and then when it flips, it has 5 power. Like, it just blocks and kills anything, or when it gets blocked, it can deal extra damage. It's just really great. So, like, you can swing this into an Advocate, and then if block, it dies. 4 Majoring Bully should be Abbot of Carol Keep, but they're rotating, so I don't know. Basically, just going to play this deck until rotation, swapping between it and Aristocrats, just because, like, this deck's really fun. 2 Subterraneans, these two have a really good combo. If you play this turn 2 and you play this turn 3 targeting this, then it gets unblockable, and then you cast like a Titan Strength and you get in for 6, and it's very common play to do in the deck. For 3 drops, 2 Breakneck Rider, 2 Scream Reach Baller, just good 3-drop mid-range creatures, and when this thing flips, you win. Like, when it flips and turns into Neckbreaker, it's a 4/3 that says attacking creatures you control get +1/+0 and trample. So all your creatures just suddenly get really big, and this is just a good dash creature to have on turn 3. That does it for creatures. I believe there are 22, 23 creatures. For instance, 2 Fiery Impulse, just kill something. Spell Mastery is pretty easy to achieve in this deck. 2 Lightning Axe, we have some Madness cards to discard. 2 Borrowed Hostility, 1 red, you can escalate it to give something +3/+0, or give it first strike, but if you escalate, it's 4 mana to do both. Usually you just use this as a +3/+1 one, like a Majoring Bully, or a 1/1 when they say no blocks. 2 copies of Titan Strength, you don't need any more, but you don't need any less. 2 is like the perfect number. 3 is okay, I just don't think you need 3, because again, there are a lot more like pump spells in this deck, so they're usually dead, so I wanted to lower this, because the other ones are better. Although it is Scry, so it's essentially a card draw spell in this deck, even though it's not. 3 Fiery Temper, can't find a 4th one. If you Madness this is Lightning Bolt. Or otherwise you can just use it to burn the opponent to kill them. 4 Dragon Fodder, just create some tokens, get some board presence out there. Like, you can use your pump spells on it. It's great on turn 2 if you don't have a creature, but usually you want to play the creature first, then this, to trigger prowess. 4 copies of Tormenting Voice. The deck has no card draw, so I give it some card draw. And, like, you don't mind discarding, like, a land to it in the late game, or you don't mind discarding Fiery Temper to it. Or sometimes you have to discard a spell, that way you can, like, draw 2, or get a land that you need. So it just helps you dig for the card that you need. And last but not least in the main deck, 4 Touch of the Void. Deal 3 damage to a creature or player, and then if the creature would die, it gets exiled. So this beats Hangerback Walker. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Kill Hangerback Walker, you can kill Sylvan Advocate if you're on the fly. Like, it just deals with really good creatures. That is it for the main deck, 60 cards. Again, I forgot to mention this. I'm going to go through this pretty fast. Like, I've done Mono Red on the channel multiple times before. Most of these cards have stayed basically the same throughout all of the time that Mono Red has been on this channel. Moving on to the sideboard. 1 Acombed Stonewhacker, 2 mana, 2/1. landfall to pay 3 to get a token, so it's just against control. You can play this on turn 2, hopefully, and then play land and just start making tokens with it if you don't have a spell, or if you're mana flooded. Pia and Kiran Alar is a great threat against mid-range decks and company decks, because you can play it and start killing their stuff. And also the Thopters are just evasive. And then 1 Akum Firebird for Esper, just because you can block your Ojutai. It can block Emrakul, it can block basically everything if you play it in main phase 2, because it has to attack. And it's the same thing with Stonewhacker as it is recursive with the landfall ability. 3 Smash the Smithereens. Orbs of Warding is a card that people are apparently sideboarding now, so sometimes I'll just randomly sideboard 1 in just because I don't want my opponent to play that, because it somewhat really hurts you, because sometimes you need that burn to get through, because they have a bunch of... And plus, like, the thing that says the tokens can't deal damage is stupid. Like, 3 Boiling Earth. This just kills tokens in the green-white token matchup or black-white control. And you can awaken it for 7 if you ever get into that part of the late game where your cards are just like, or you don't have anything to do and you're just top decking and you top deck this, you can like do it, get a 4/4 and swing in. But usually just use it to kill tokens and small creatures and stuff. 1 copy of Magmatic Chasm. It's good against Bant Company. It's good against Eldrazi. Their stuff can't block. Just get in with all your creatures, and it's a prowess enabler. 4 copies of Active Treason to take my opponent's stuff. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that. I'm recovering from a cold. I've been sick for the last few days. So I'm going to blow my nose real fast, continue the profile. So yeah, you can just take your opponent's really big Eldrazi, take Emrakul with it, do whatever you want. It's a really good card. Play it. Last card on the sideboard, 1 Retreat of Valakut. When you play a land, you can either give a creature +2/+0 and until end of turn, or 1 of your opponent's creatures cannot block. It is 3 mana, so it kind of sucks, but it's good against like Bant Company, like I said, where you can play these cards and just make your opponent's stuff can't block. So that's really good. So anyway, guys, that is it for the Mono Red Aggro deck profile of, I guess, Eldritch Moon Standard. This deck is really fun to play. Let me know if you want gameplay of it in the comment section down below. I can try to do IRL gameplay, Cockroaches gameplay, whatever I can do. My name is Nick from Roasted Magic. Link to my channel will be in the description down below. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.